3, 2, 1. Push. Oh my God, that's cold.
Wow.
Welcome back to You Betcha Radio. I am Miles, You Betcha guy. I'm here with Ryan, the t-shirt guy, and this is the coldest podcast in all of the Midwest. We have a great podcast ahead of you. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and then we're just going to get into this show. Here at You Betcha, we know that life is way too short to hold your own drink, and that's why we have the Bev Buckle. Now, the Bev Buckle is a belt buckle that is the world's first retractable drink holder. And I tell you what, this thing holds your Busch lattes like a charm. They are handmade here in the U.S., and these guys were also on Shark Tank. So they are the perfect gift for someone who loves to drink Busch lattes, but, just doesn't want to be bothered with the fact of holding the Busch latte. You can find these guys on their social media at Bev Buckle or on their website, bevbuckle.com. That's BEVBUCKLE.com. And if you want 15% off of your order, use promo code YouBetcha with no space. That's YOUBETCHA. You Betcha, promo code 50% off at bevbuckle.com. And I hope that you guys love your Busch latte holder. I want to talk to you guys about U Motors Motorsports and Marine, located in Fargo, North Dakota and Pelican Lake, Minnesota. They have all of the best brands: Honda, Yamaha, Ski-Doo, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Nautique boats, Super boats, Supreme boats, all of the boats, and even Avalon pontoons. If you mention this ad, you can get 20% off parts and accessories, and obviously some exclusions may apply, but you can get 20% off parts and accessories. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, but also at their website, umotorsinc.com. Again, that's umotorsinc.com.
I would venture to say it's almost the nectar of the gods. Back, baby, back. I want my push. Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. Remember, you can find us on all social media platforms at You Betcha. That's at OHH You Betcha. Guys, our t-shirt sales just closed down yesterday.
And I already got emails of people who are like, I missed it.
But
every single time.
We gave you 2 weeks, so make sure you stay tuned for the next t-shirt launch. It's going to be a good one.
February. Hint, hint. It is very cold outside. Take that for what it's worth.
I like that. So episode 3, obviously you can tell it's in a little bit different of a setup. We're like in this room right now.
Yeah, so we're really hoping that if you are just listening to this and not watching it or anything, that you can tell the difference between episode 2 and episode 3 in terms of echo. We got done with it. We knew it was going to be echoey, but we weren't exactly happy with how that last one turned out. It was kind of echoey. So I spent an entire weekend and a lot of hours to make a room here in the You Betcha bunker to help eliminate the echo. So now this is going to be under a microscope, so people are really going to notice. But I'm pretty sure that we have done our best to eliminate as much echo as we can. We got acoustic tiles on the wall. We got moving blankets on the other wall. We got sheets up top. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out on our social medias. I posted a photo, but this thing, I don't know, it feels kind of homey in here. What do you think?
Yeah, this is like the amount of DIY going on in this shop right now is pretty amazing. You like some people flip houses, but I think you could flip shops. You made it into like a 1-bedroom into a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, there's there's even carpet in here. I DIY the table. So I'll give you I do this all the time on this. I do visual audio tours. So basically, to get in here, you got to come through some curtains. Curtains donated by my mother, bless her heart. I don't know why, but she has like a full section. I could have there was so many colors I could have choose from, different sizes. Now, why she has that many curtains, I don't know, but thank God, because I needed to cover 10 feet and it did.
Well, I feel like that's what any mom would be prepared for.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a question whether or not my mom had curtains either. It was like, oh yeah, I don't need to go buy curtains. My mom will have some I can have.
Yeah. It's part of the DIY. You use your resources to your advantage, and
You do.
mom came up clutch.
I do that when I'm calculating how much everything's going to cost and everything. I go, okay, well my dad's got some screws I can borrow, or bush burp already. All that kind of stuff. So the curtains, we built a 8x16 wall out of plywood, and 2x2 boards. Then we put a roof on it by taking more 2x2 and angling it up towards the other wall to stabilize it. And then I took some old sheets from Walmart, stapled them up top, and in the You Betcha blue, by the way, I saw them and I was like, I gotta have them. And yeah, so
tell me this: you're doing all these DIY projects. What is your DIY store of choice? Home Depot, Menards,
all the
Lowe's?
way. I was a little
Best snacks.
Well, cheapest. It's
Okay.
very cheap.
Sure.
It's affordable. But they do have a humongous snack section. Humongous snack section. And by the way, I don't know if anyone out there has ever gotten the bag from Menards that you get 15% off anything you can fit into the bag. But I was walking in, I didn't know they had this sale, and some amazing human said, "Hey, I got 2 of these bags and I don't need both of them." So she just gave me a 15% off bag. So awesome. But I probably fit some stuff in there that shouldn't go on a paper bag. Like I got like a dustpan that was like this wide and the bag's only, dustpan's like 18 inches wide and the bag's like 10 inches wide, and you're just trying to shove it in there as much as you can. That's what she said.
I'm going to see if I can fit this step stool in this bag.
Yeah. All right. So thinking back, I should have, because like there's some lights and stuff that I bought after the fact. I'm like, I should have just bought them and put them in the bag because they would have fit.
And then you could have got the 11% rebate on top of the 15%.
Basically, you get them for free at that point. So shout out to Menards for the 15% off gig that they were running. Yeah, in and out of Menards so many times this weekend. It was unbelievable. But I feel like that is like what's supposed to happen when you DIY project. It is a guaranteed you're going to make like 4 trips to Menards, not just one. You're like, oh, I think I got everything I need. Before you're even home, you're like, crap, I totally forgot this one item. And it's nothing like that crucial to the project, but at some point it's going to hang you up. So you got to go get it again, which is annoying. But
it's like, oh, I haven't ate supper tonight and I could really use some more wood screws. So I'm going to go hit the snack section.
Yeah.
And get the 15% bag.
For whatever reason, this may blow some people's mind, and I hadn't had them in years. But I was sitting at the checkout, and they have those boxes of candy that are about 99 cents.
Yeah.
And I was just eyeing down the Whoppers. Like the
You're
chocolate covered malt balls that
yeah.
no one ever buys. It was maybe popular like, I don't know, many years ago.
One of the best candies in a Halloween bag. The Whoppers.
It's like a sneaky dark horse.
So here's a question for you. Do you chew the Whopper like instantly, or do you
suck on them all?
Suck on them a
That's
little
what she said. So here's what, this has gone down a weird road, but so I put them in my mouth and I intend to just suck on them for a while.
Not that funny.
Ryan is laughing like a little schoolboy.
I just know where this is going
over to the jokes. But I am so impatient, and it tastes so good that I just end up just biting it right away. I don't know. Do you ever do that? Like, okay, I'm gonna try and savor the taste here, and then you just bite into them right away. It's the same thing with like hard candy. I'm terrible with hard candy.
Yeah.
Or like blow pops or suckers. This segment really got away from us, but
yeah. No, I don't think I've really done that. I think it's more of a what's inside of a Whopper. So let me bite it in half.
Yeah.
What is inside of a Whopper?
I think it's just like it's like dry malt. I I don't know what dry malt is, and it probably isn't dry malt, but they're like chocolate covered malt balls is what they're called.
Chocolate covered bush balls with the
Whoa.
leftover malt.
Okay, this is bad. This is not good. So
you would say Menards overall has the best.
long story short, so what I was trying to say about the Whoppers is like I just had a hankering and I just went for it. But now I just don't desire Whoppers. It was like that 1 or 2 day thing.
Yeah. Next
it's
time
like
it'll be
it's like when pregnant women are like they get pregnant and all of a sudden they crave like something crazy.
the weirdest things.
The weirdest things. Not that I would know.
I wouldn't either.
But yeah. So weird segue. Some follow up on some previous podcasts. On the very first podcast, we asked some questions, and Alex Klug 8.
Yeah.
He got back to me and he said
plug.
that 8 is his favorite number, and so that
I'm pumped
is
about
why
that.
he is Alex Klug 8 on Instagram. Yeah, it's his favorite number.
Yeah,
and
shout
then
out
the
to
second
Alex.
one, we got a couple answers of what is the female version of ball busting. Now, what did your girlfriend say? She said what?
She said, "Oh my God, your dress is so cute. Your hair looks so shiny today."
They don't ball bust. They do the opposite, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh my. Even if they look like terrible, it's like,
and it starts
oh
like
my
this.
God, you look so cute. I can't even believe it.
Where did that top come from?
Yeah, it's
Well, I bought it
so-
at Loft. Loft had 80% off store wide.
so that was one answer we got from Ryan's girlfriend. Second,
Shout out Meg.
all right, cool it on the girlfriend shoutouts. The second one we got was a woman said that they do ball bust, but they just call it bush busting, like BUSH, winky face, but in parentheses with a C, so a little play on words
Okay.
there. And then another one I think I saw was that they do, but she didn't really have a good name for it, but that they do the same thing. So I feel like it's kind of mixed feelings.
I think we got some good
but
feedback on that.
I agree with most that they don't ball bust each other, that they actually just compliment each other, but backhandedly, and even they don't mean a single word of it.
Yeah. So next time you're around a group of girls, I feel like this is the first thing that people will notice. They're really going to pay attention to
the
female ball busting, the bush busting.
bush busting.
I like
That was
that one.
wild. So those are my two follow-ups from the last podcast. Yeah. So this podcast, I'm super excited. We have an interview from our first NFL player. So that feels pretty cool to say. He is a Nebraska native. He born and raised, I believe. He walked on to the University of Nebraska and earned a scholarship. He was their starting fullback. He ended up getting drafted in the 6th round. His name is Andy Janovich. Now, I've drank a few Busch Lights with this guy, and this guy can drink some Busch Light. It is
Yeah, he can
impressive.
smash Busch Lights and he can smash linebackers.
Yeah, he literally
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he you got to watch go maybe look up his highlights or something, but he's the fullback for the Denver Broncos. And he literally just cracks people's skulls with his own skull because he must have the hardest. He's the number 1 fullback in the NFL right now,
Yeah,
by the
I
way,
heard
according
that.
to PFF.
Yep.
So pretty cool to have the number 1 football guy on the podcast. So here's our interview with Andy Janovich. It's ice fishing season again, and the only thing colder than the ice below your feet is the bushel in your ice house. And what better way to consume those bushels than with the ultimate bush consumption device, the Deer Bong. The Deer Bong is an antler-shaped beer bong that holds 16 ounces of your favorite beverage. You can get 10% off at thedeerbong.com using code FROZEN, FROZEN, at thedeerbong.com. Again, that is code FROZEN for 10% off at thedeerbong.com. We are now going to welcome on a buddy of mine from Nebraska. He is a football guy through and through. He played for the Cornhuskers. He now plays for the Denver Broncos. I'd like to welcome on Andy Janovich. Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Miles. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So, you are what I would call a perfect representative of the Midwest in terms of football.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fullback to start, which that alone makes you a great representative. But I know that NFL players don't really put a ton of stock into this, but the fans do. And I don't know if you're aware, but I looked the other day, and on the PFF rankings, you are the number one fullback in the NFL. So I'd like to congratulate you on that.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And so that also makes you the number one crazy man in all of football. I hope you know that.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So I'd like for you to just kind of share with us a little bit your story. I know that you walked on at Nebraska and eventually made it now to the number one fullback in the NFL. So if you could just share a little bit your story of where you came from and how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, from Gretna, Nebraska. Raised there. That's where I started my football career in 6th grade. And then decided I wanted to play at Nebraska. So I was actually, believe it or not, committed to the University of Kearney in Nebraska there. And then decided I'd rather walk out at Nebraska than go to the D2 school there, and finally got an opportunity. But they wanted me to play fullback. I wanted to play linebacker. Every other school that asked me to play for him wanted me to be a linebacker, so that's what I enjoyed. And so it was weird that Nebraska wanted me to do that, but anyway, that's where that took me. And luckily played well my senior year, because I didn't play a whole bunch up until that point, really. And then I was lucky enough to get drafted by the Broncos in 2016 there, and here I am now, third year into it, going into my fourth.
Yeah. So what made you decide to end up going to Nebraska over Kearney?
Oh, I mean, that's pretty much where I've always wanted to play since I was a kid. You know, growing up in Nebraska, there's not many little kids that play football that don't want to play at Nebraska when they get older.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what was it like? Because I know that by the end of your time at Nebraska, you had earned yourself a scholarship. What was the process like, working your tailpipe off to eventually earn that?
Well, yeah, I walked on my freshman year and ended up becoming the starter as a freshman. And
not to brag, right?
Yeah. And then after my freshman year and I guess fall camp, they gave me a scholarship right after the camp. So it was my sophomore year.
Nice. Was that day?
It was pretty awesome, because a lot less student loans after football is over.
Yeah, I'm in that boat right now with student loans, so I envy you. What everyone has that, like, what you were doing when you got drafted moment. What were you up to when you ended up getting drafted? I believe it was in the 6th round, correct?
Yep, it was. It's actually pretty funny. I was going to go turkey hunting that day.
Of course you were.
I got a flat tire on my truck, so I was down in my dad's shed changing my tire with my brother. I got a call from John Elway. That
must have been pretty awesome. But I don't expect anything less from you than changing a tire because you were trying to go turkey hunting. And that's a good segue. But before we get into that, I think you have a little bush latte on your end.
I do.
Do you mind cracking one and giving me a bush call with me?
I can do that.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Bush. Oh, that's so cold.
That's good.
Yeah. So you are a Busch Light guy through and through. I've come to learn, but you're also a hunter.
Yep.
Do you do fishing a lot, or?
I don't fish a whole bunch, but
that's
something I'd like to get more into.
So I know that kind of once you solidified a spot in the NFL and kind of got your bearings under you, I think you turned directly towards trying to buy some hunting land, right? And look to do that. So, and you now have some land. You got a little shed, it's a pretty big shed set up on the land. Just so, what's the process been of, cause I know it's like a dream of mine to have my own hunting land someday. What it's like to, have your own land and be able to hunt and make stuff for that and hang out at a shed, and just talk me through that.
Oh, it's awesome. So we, used to hunt on a different spot in Nebraska, and the guy ended up dying. So it got sold off. We couldn't afford it. It was like outrageously priced. So I wasn't willing to buy it. And, me and my brother decided, screw it, let's just do our own thing. So found a little spot in Brownville, Nebraska. It's southeast, about a mile away from the border of Missouri. But it's been a blast. We get to go out there and just do whatever the heck you want, pretty much, type thing. We started out, we dug the foundation, kind of walked the property, found where we wanted, started the foundation, then just started building up from there. We did 2 levels, so we still got to pour the basement floor, or not basement, the downstairs floor, and we got upstairs where we got all the beds and the cabinets, couches, everything where everybody's gonna stay, and the basement will probably just drink a lot of Busch Light down there and whiskey. It's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like the perfect hunting shack for sure. Yeah. What you said you go turkey hunting? Do you what other hunting do you do?
Mainly deer and turkey. Nice. That's the majority of it for me. Prairie dog hunting's fun too.
Do you have a hunting story that you could share with us that was either ridiculous or awesome or anything like that?
Oh, probably not that I should on the podcast.
All right, I respect that.
Maybe another time, just me and you.
Yeah, off the record is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I asked you earlier and you said that I said, how do you not spend all your time there? And you said, because your wife would probably divorce you. And I thought that was a pretty appropriate answer. And there's probably a lot of guys that can relate to that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I have some, this is what I like to call normal people questions. So in the, the players in the NFL, they get asked questions by reporters all the time. And they're usually like, what was your week of practice like? Was it, did you guys have a good week of practice, or what did you think about the game? All the snooze fest questions. Mm-hmm. So I got some normal people questions that we're all wondering at home, that don't necessarily get asked. So, my very first question is, since you're a fullback and basically you are a human battering ram and borderline a little bit crazy, what defensive player in the NFL would you say hits the hardest and brings the party to you the most?
Oh shoot, that was probably the first game I played my rookie year was against Thomas Davis for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, it's like a big bastard that just hits like a freaking Mack truck.
So you're telling me that you don't, I guess better question in that is, when you're in that situation, are you like, oh, I got to go hit this guy? Or is it like finally someone can bring the wood?
It's nice. I mean, try not to think too much, just go do it. Otherwise you'll just talk yourself out of there and you'll probably get your ass kicked. But no, it's enjoyable. The big collisions and people watch on film and everybody's like, holy cow, you do that? It's like, yeah, that's what I do for a living.
This is literally my job.
yeah, this is literally what I do.
All right, another normal person question. Are fullback meeting rooms, when you guys get in there, do you guys just watch videos of people breaking bricks with their heads as your film?
No, we should. Looking back, I'm I'm actually with the running back, so I pretty much sit through all the running back meetings and sit there and scribble my notes, just try to keep busy.
Drop pictures of deer and turkeys is what you do during meetings?
yeah, dead animals,
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's 2 minutes of your guys' meeting time where it's like, all right, Jano, just keep hitting people. Is that kind of how it goes, or?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I'll put your hat placement on this side of the guy's body. Okay, coach.
All right, yeah, that's basically it.
Of it.
All right, you're gonna block with your head on the left on this one, and that's about it. This one is a really out there question, but I'm pretty curious. I know that in the locker rooms when the guys go and shower, some guys wear flip-flops in the shower and some guys do not. And I'm wondering what the percentage on the Denver Bronco is of people wearing flip-flops in the showers to no flip-flops in the showers.
Oh, I bet it's 60-40. I bet 6% of the guys wear them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a lot lower. Are you a flip-flop guy or are you a non-flip-flop guy?
I am a non-flip-flop guy.
I just knew you were going to be a non-flip-flop guy. I figured that's a question that no reporters ever asked any NFL player.
Never got that one asked.
I guess I have one more question for you. And that is, besides you, who do you think could drink the most Busch Light in a sitting on the team?
Ooh, I'd probably go with Matt Paradis.
He can guzzle some Busch Light, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think we sat down one night and ended up each crushing a 30 rack of it, and he didn't seem too phased.
Well, he's a big guy,
he's 305 pounds. He'd better be able to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, those are all the questions that I have for you that are normal people questions. I absolutely appreciate you coming on the podcast. I know that
thanks for having me.
I know that you're a busy guy and got stuff going on and probably want to be out there hunting, but you're stuck in Denver. So, I guess my last question is, if you could drink a Busch Light with any person on planet Earth, who would it be?
Any person on Earth? Oh, it used to be Eric Church until he kind of turned on NRA there, but that's tough. That's a good one. I don't know. Let's go with Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood would be. Have you seen his new movie at all?
No, I've been really wanting to watch it though.
Yeah, I saw it a couple weeks ago. It was pretty good, so you have to check it out.
Yeah, maybe I'll swing by with the wife to the theater or something.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, that was our interview with Andy Janovich. Andy, thanks for being on. Keep drinking Busch Light, keep hunting, and keep smashing your head into other human beings.
Will do.
Oh, God. Oh, my. That one was sitting outside.
Wow.
And it was double cold. Yeah. Oof.
This is perfect weather just to throw the case out in the driveway.
Yeah, the world
just let it work its magic.
is our
Mother
fridge.
Nature. Yeah.
How about that interview though?
Yeah, that was pretty great.
He's a cool dude. And like I said, the dude can drink some Busch Light. And it was fun to ask him some normal people questions because us normal people don't necessarily get those answers, even though we're all thinking it.
Well, and it's a player too that doesn't for the amount of work they do and the amount of hits that they take.
Yeah, they don't get enough
any
recognition.
credit.
Yeah.
No. And to be the top fullback in the NFL.
He should have made the Pro Bowl, but he just works hard and he likes to mind his own business, and that's kind of the reason why I think he hasn't made it to the Pro Bowl. But
how do you select a fullback to the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, there's only a couple that go, so it's really hard to get into too. So if you're not as well known or have been in the league very long, but Yeah, no, it was fun to interview him and talk to him again.
So going forward, hopefully we're gonna have some pretty cool guests on the show. Keep the Midwest culture on the You Betcha
And
Radio
if you
podcast.
if you want to see someone on the podcast, start hitting these people up and tagging them on social media and DMing them and say, hey, you should get on that podcast.
Yeah, we'll make the connection for sure. So as we were sitting here, we were trying to come up with something that I feel like a lot of people will have opinions on. Miles, what is your top 3 favorite fast food places? One being the best.
Yeah, so I think what we should do. So we both wrote down some options. But let's alternate back and forth. So like you go your number 3, your number 2, your number 1. We'll alternate back and forth. Now we are removing McDonald's from the option because people may be like, that's super basic, whatever. But it's like McDonald's is so solid and so everywhere. And the fries are so good. Everything, even if their McFlurry maker or whatever is always down. It's true.
And it is, yeah.
We're just taking them off the list. You can't use McDonald's. What are your top 3 fast food? And you can even use like sub shops and whatnot. We're counting those as
fast food. But
we kind of were like, we should just limit those to 1 because I could put a couple. But all right. So Ryan, I want you to go first.
God, this number 3 could have been my number 1 too.
All right. What's
such a wild
3?
card option? Blaze Pizza.
Oh man, I am so disappointed in you.
Why?
That place is so millennial basic. It's unbelievable. Take Qdoba, take Chipotle and just make it in pizza form, and it's the same thing. They just ripped it off. It's LeBron is one of the owners.
Of course.
That's just such a millennial.
I wouldn't have expected that out of you because you're such a DIYer. Like Blaze Pizza is the DIY pizza.
It's the Chipotle of pizza. If you'd have said something that was closer to like the Qdoba is way better than Chipotle. Chipotle is like
agreed.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Blaze Pizza is such a fix on a Friday night when you're leaving work. You're gonna go home and watch a movie. I'm gonna pick up some Blaze Pizza. Oh, and I don't need to spend $12 on a pizza corner that doesn't taste like pizza corner anymore.
Well, about 90% of our audience doesn't know what Pizza Corner is, but that's a local pizza joint. All right, I respect it, but I disagree.
Yeah, I wasn't
Ryan.
expecting that reaction. I was expecting.
You thought it was me all in. All right.
Yeah, I'm all in on Blaze Pizza again. It was my number 3. It's kind of a wild card in my book. I go in spurts. I'll get like 2 Blaze Pizzas a week.
Really?
It gets bad, man. Because there's.
Well, Blaze Pizza, if you want to hook Ryan up with something, apparently he's a very common customer.
There are so many combinations that you can throw on a pizza and make it good.
That is true. Okay. So my number 3.
Okay. So I'm curious to see what your number 3 is.
My number 3 is one right down the way from my house. It's fast food, but it's not like if you're in a pinch, you need to get in and out, you're not going to go here. But if you want a just amazing sandwich, I love a Firehouse sub. I love the atmosphere. I love that they're about, supporting the firemen, the policemen, all that, the service members, everything. Oh God, bush burp. I was fighting that one off for a second. I am all in on Firehouse subs. For whatever reason, that like the mustard and the mayo, whatever that they mix together on the sub, it just like right now it's making my mouth water. I might go get a Firehouse sub after this. But have you ever had Firehouse sub?
I have, yeah. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. I haven't had like the best experience with, like when I go into a fast food joint, I want to get my stuff fast and I want to eat.
Like I said, it's probably not your fastest option,
but I like what they do as a business model. The food, I mean, you can't complain about Firehouse subs. You get a toasty.
So here's the secret thing of why they're really, really good. If you're going to get your sub to go, they do not wrap it in paper. They place it in like a cardboard to go box.
Yeah.
Therefore, it doesn't get as soggy. Have you ever taken a sub to go and you gotten home and you're going to eat it? You open it up and it's just a soggy mess. Well, they put it in like a cardboardy to go box, and it just keeps.
Why doesn't it get soggy?
Bread.
Why does it get soggy in the paper and not the?
Because it's all compressed and stuff,
Sure.
and there's that air in there that
Sure.
helps keeps it crispy. I think
The condensation just like there's nowhere for it to
to
travel.
go in a paper, but.
Yeah.
So-
No, I'll agree with Firehouse Subs. I'm not going to bash it like you bashed Blaze Pizza, but
I thought anytime I've ever been to Blaze Pizza, it's been okay. All right. What's your
Yeah,
number
that's
2,
fair.
Ryan?
So my number 2 is Qdoba.
I respect that. I had brought it up that's definitely better than Chipotle.
Yeah, Qdoba over Chipotle, 100%, 7 days a week. I don't know, man. It's like the secret hack of going into Qdoba, and I mean, I might get hosed on this one the next time I go in, but you order nachos with chips on the side, and you essentially just get a full bowl with free chips.
That is true. That is a very good.
It's been a
Qdoba
game
hack.
changer
I
for
have
me
done
in
that,
like the last 6 months, because I don't just want to eat my bowl of Qdoba with
I also
a
think
fork.
their
I want to
case-
dip it with chips.
Yeah, and I also think their queso is better than
The Diablo queso.
Chipotle. And Chipotle
Yep.
is like, oh, we got queso, and everyone's like, yeah, about time, you dumb idiots.
Right, but you have to pay for it, don't you?
Yeah, it's the
Queso's extra.
Chipotle had their moment in time. Their moment in time, in my opinion, is over. Qdoba is here. Qdoba is rocking. Chipotle can just go hang out with a bunch of hipster millennials.
They can go hang out with Blaze Pizza, according to Mile.
Yeah, honestly, they can go. They can go do a collaboration with Blaze Pizza. All right, so my number 2.
Miles, what's your number 2?
Thanks for asking, Ryan. I was waiting for that. This one, I'm excited about in a weird way.
Okay.
My number 2 is Taco John's.
I
There
love
is
that.
just something about going through the drive-through and just you don't have to say anything other than, yeah, I'll take a 6-pack and a pound.
I love that, man.
Oh my gosh, the 6-pack! I'm getting a little with chills almost just thinking about it.
Hey, tell them the cool thing about Taco John's in conjunction with the You Betcha bunker.
Oh yeah, there's like a Taco John's. Like I don't even have to go out onto a road. I just have to walk like one building over. There's a Taco John's, so this could get. I'm fighting off gaining some poundage here in 2019 with Taco John's right here. So that's a problem that I'm dealing with the You Betcha bunker is Taco John's so close, but their potato olays, the seasoning is just like a seasoning.
It's fire.
Push burp.
Wow, man. Chill out.
Why aren't you burping like I am? I apparently need to take some like Rolaids or Tums or something. I'm honestly, I don't know a seasoning like Taco John's seasoning. They got good crunchy chicken. They got great meat and potato burritos. But if you're gonna just stick to the basics and you're just gonna stay classic, you get a 6-pack and a pound, and everyone's happy.
So real quick, potato olays with nacho cheese or ketchup? Or both.
Nacho cheese all the way.
100%.
Yeah. I even dabble a little bit in the sour cream, which is pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to try that out.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan. What is your drum roll. Brrr, number 1.
So I think
Oh.
Sorry, I broke up the drum
killed the
roll. Okay,
drum
do it one more
roll,
time.
but
Do it
yeah.
one more time.
Brrr.
Panda Express.
I honestly didn't even think about Panda Express. It wouldn't be on my top 3, but I respect that. And I kind of love it. I did not expect you to say Panda Express.
And I think this might be like just like a 6-month kick. Whenever Monday through Friday, I'm like, I'm going to go out to eat today for lunch. I'm just going to run to Panda.
Is that what you call it?
It's Panda.
Do you put that song on that goes Panda
Panda.
on the whole way
I got
there?
broads in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Designer.
That's the artist.
So yeah, Panda Express, man.
What do you love to get there?
Oh, so you got to go in. You can't just get rice or the lo mein, you have to get a mixture of both because you basically get one serving of each. It's massive. And then you obviously go with the plate. The bowl is obviously that's not lunch worthy. Like you're hungry from breakfast. You go with the plate, you get orange chicken set in stone every time.
You're an orange chicken guy.
Orange chicken. And then
I'm more of a sesame chicken guy.
they don't have that at Panda Express.
Really?
No, they don't have that because I am too. Don't get me
That
wrong.
is another strike for Panda
Yeah,
Express for me.
that might change the game a little bit. But second option for the entree, sweet fire chicken or teriyaki chicken. Depending on how low the teriyaki chicken bowl is, I don't want the remnants at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So normally it's sweet fire chicken because teriyaki is just so fire that people just wipe it out right before lunch.
Yeah. You know way too much
Dude,
about Panda
I'm
Express.
hyped
to be
right now.
honest.
I'm getting hungry.
All right. Are you ready
Miles.
for my number one? Can you roll? You clearly can't roll your tongue because you're beating on the table.
Number one.
Burger Time. Now, Burger Time, I believe,
Wow.
is very. You didn't think of it, did you?
I've never been.
Oh my god, it's very local to my area. It is one of it. So you cannot go in and sit down at a Burger Time. You have to go through the drive-through. They literally. This is like this is the best representation I can give you through audio of Burger Time. When one of their drive-throughs is closed because they have two on either side of the building, they just put a trash can out in front so you can't drive in there.
That's
is
so Midwestern.
It's so small town, it's so Midwestern, and it is so Burger Time to just throw a garbage can sitting out there in the middle so you can't drive through it. But they have it all. Like I don't even know. I think they probably get their fries from the same distributor as McDonald's.
Cavendish Farms in Jamestown.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but they taste very similar and they taste phenomenal. Their burgers are humongous. They're juicy. They put like mayo, they put mustard, whatever you want, they put on it. But the thing that finally finishes off and why nice bush burp finally.
First one of the night.
What finishes it off for me is they have shakes with every flavor you could want. And my favorite one is the Butterfinger shake that they have. So it's not like a Blizzard, like you're thinking like a DQ.
Yep.
Which, by the way, for me was an honorable mention because none else other than their chicken strip basket. But furthermore, because of the toast with butter on it in the chicken strip basket, that's why I got honorable mention. Like, if it didn't have the buttered toast in the chicken strip basket at DQ, it's not on the list. But back to Burger Time. Those shakes are what finally finish it off for you. They're pretty fast. You're not going to get like really personal, great service.
Yeah.
But Burger Time, it's like one of those things that like if I get really, really rich, I just want to like buy all the Burger Times.
Yep.
And just remarket them and repackage them and make them awesome.
Yeah.
And bring them everywhere because I love them.
So I like that pick. I've never been there. It's just so far away from my house that it would take a lot, and that testimony right there might get me to Burger Time this week, but it would take me a lot to drive to the other side of town.
So we have another meeting this week. We should, before we go to the meeting, we should go to Burger Time and shoot a little mini video about it.
Do they have ranch?
Yeah, of course they do.
We could wrangle them.
I don't remember what kind of ranch they have.
Okay.
If they hand me a Hidden Valley packet,
we're
I'm
all
leaving
bad.
it and I'm throwing everything that they gave me back in there.
I'll probably still eat it, but
Yeah, it's
you're
a lot.
out.
I'm gonna be honest, I still will. So,
and I'd like to just point out, I didn't mention any burger places, but if I was to choose a burger place, Burger Time reminded me, just by the way you spoke of it, a lot of In-N-Out. Have you ever been to In-N-Out Burger?
yeah. I've been to In-N-Out. They are good. Now, what I love about In-N-Out is they've had the same menu for like ever, like years and years and 30 years or whatever. They don't deviate from the plan.
But there's certain hacks on the menu that aren't actually on the menu.
Yeah. I mean, I don't live, I mean, so
It's a treat. You go down south, you go to the West Coast. It's a treat.
But it's not. I don't think it's better than Burger Time, man.
I mean, yeah, I'll just have to find out for myself.
Yeah.
I'll make
So
the
that's
decision
what,
there.
we might have to get a video going of Ryan at Burger Time. But yeah,
I like your top three. I would approve of your top three.
I liked Panda Express. I liked Qdoba. I did not like Blaze Pizza.
Yeah.
So
Blaze
also,
Pizza,
if you know anyone who
Chipotle.
works at those places and they want to send us some free food, that would be awesome. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. I think I would be excited to hear like what other people's top three are.
I do want to know everyone's top three.
Because you know there's
Fast
going to be
food.
some wild cards thrown out in there. Like, oh man.
Oh, this is
What's a wild card fast food place that you're like?
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike and the boys.
They're Mike's Way, getting a sub Mike's Way with all the oils and vinegars and all that. It's pretty good. That was on my honorable mention as well. But
my honorable mention was In-N-Out and Culver's.
This next podcast we should do, we should get some Burger Time and actually just sit here and eat
Review
Burger
it.
Time and maybe
Wow.
do a live.
That sounds
There we
fantastic.
go. That's what we're doing the next podcast. So whatever. But yeah, so that was our top three fast food. If you have a top three that isn't if you disagree with Ryan, because I don't think anyone will disagree with me. If you disagree with Ryan, which I think you all will, let us know what your top three were. Let us know if you thought we were absolutely idiotic in our top three. Whatever you feel, let us know. Yeah, that was honestly, that segment was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
That was interesting.
Oh my God, Ryan was early on that one. And it's cold.
I was going to say the same thing. I was premature in that. Cool, guys.
Like most Saturday nights for Ryan.
So we know that our top three favorite fast food places was probably a huge announcement for a lot of you, but we have another big announcement for you guys. A lot of people have been talking about meetups and how we can drink a Busch Latte with the You Betcha guy. So you guys are going to have the chance to do that in mid-February. I will pass over to Miles to give you the little breakdown on what's going to be going on.
Welcome to the first ever You Betcha Palooza first annual, including the first ever ice hole tournament. That was my announcer voice.
That wasn't the audio visual.
Well, I'll maybe get there.
Sure.
So You Betcha Palooza, guys, like I am so amped about this because I've been wanting to do an event ever since I started You Betcha. But I finally feel like we're in a spot that we can do that. We've gotten some people on board that will help us out. You Betcha Palooza, February 16th. We're going to start her at noon. And then it'll go the rest of the day. Now, the kicker of why it's You Betcha Palooza and why it is called Ice Hole is we are going to have a cornhole tournament on ice. Yes, Ryan, I know that you were shocked. I saw the look on your face. Thank you.
Actually on the ice?
On the ice, we are going to be in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, on Detroit Lake. There's going to be an ice bar out there, and outside of it, there'll be snow fenced off. Will be the first annual ice hole / cornhole tournament on ice. We are going to party. We are going to hang out. We are going to chug Busch Light all day, just like
There's
that,
a lot of Busch
Ryan.
burps going on.
All day from noon to 5, February 16th. There's going to be, like Hammerschlagen. We'll maybe even have beer pong out there. We're going to do all sorts of fun promos. Maybe get some ice sculpture out there. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, though. Busch Light specials. There'll be minnow shots. Maybe even drill some holes in the ice if you want to drop a pole in. But it's going to be a cornhole tournament, but also just a You Betcha extravaganza, You Betcha Palooza. Everyone hanging out on the ice, having a good time. be able to meet and greet with me, hang out. I'm thinking about printing some posters of me in my robe, by the way. So
I've been wanting.
This is your chance to
since Dean stopped by day one.
This is your chance to get a poster of me in a robe. I know all of our female listeners are going wild at this point, but sex appeal is what we call that, Ryan.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have that robe anymore.
Well, no, I still have it. Ryan.
That's
Still have it. Again, Ryan getting another fact wrong. And then after 5:00, when the sun goes down, it gets really cold out. We're going to go to the Holiday Inn on Detroit Lake. There's going to be an after party. There's going to be a band there. Hopefully a Busch Light special. We'll see. You Betcha Palooza. You can go to the website and register your team. There are teams of 2 for the cornhole tournament. There's obviously a registration fee, but you get a shirt, you get a free beer, you get koozie, you get a You Betty sticker. You're going to get the first 20 people to sign up, I believe, are going to get like a Busch Light sweater koozie. Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of stuff, but the kicker, this is a really long promo for You Betcha Palooza, but the kicker for the cornhole tournament is going to be a $500 cash prize plus Busch Light packages from the distributor DS Beverages. Second and third place will get other stuff from Busch Light. There will be no cash for the second and third, but they will get Busch Light packages that are going to be worth a good amount of money, I think. It's just going to be a bunch of people in the Midwest hanging out on some frozen ice, drinking Busch Light, throwing cornhole, throwing bags, and just really just having a good old Midwest time. Are you coming, Ryan?
That was epic, man.
Oh, wait,
you said it was a meet and greet, and we meet and greet like every day. So
yeah, right. Ryan will be standing in the front row, be like, "Can I get an autograph?
Hey, man, can you get me a Busch Light when you get a chance?"
Oh, and we're also hopefully gonna get a video of everyone who comes to start off the cornhole tournament with a group Busch. So if you want to be a part of that, awesome. I mean, that alone, I think, is the reason to come.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to come for the cornhole tournament and the cornhole tournament only.
I'm not being your partner, by the way.
I mean, I'm going to come home with the $500 prize. That's, again, it's a meet and greet. And
one, that's never going to happen. But if it did happen to happen.
Yeah, Miles will have me printing T-shirts in the background, custom-made Busch Latte T-shirts.
Yeah, we'll probably sell some merch.
Yeah, we'll sell merch.
So also, if you are interested in sponsoring this event, we'll have signage available if you want to sell some stuff there, vendors. If you want to basically sponsor a promotion throughout the day, think like halftime basketball games or something like that.
7th inning stretch.
It's going to be a great event. It's probably going to be cold, but when we are Midwesterners, that does not matter. That is the Midwest pride.
It's just going to make the bush that much colder.
Ryan will be there running around. You realize that if you're Ryan, the t-shirt guy, you just have to wear only a t-shirt the whole day, right?
I don't know. I might start printing like fur line
t-shirts.
yeah.
So
no, man, that was a fantastic You Betcha Palooza plug.
I know, because I'm like, all the local radio stations are gonna be like, wow, can we hire you?
Let's get this guy on. I think You Betcha Palooza is gonna be a fantastic time. 12 to 5 is going to be out on the ice.
Yep.
And then we're heading over to the Holiday Inn.
It's a double elimination tournament too, by the way. Yep. So you'll guaranteed 2 games and you're guaranteed to have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, the sooner that you get eliminated, the sooner you get to drink Busch Light with Miles, the sooner you get to buy a t-shirt from me.
There you go. I like the hustle. And his stock just went up, and he might get to make it to one more podcast.
I might make it to You Betcha Palooza. I might still have my job.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This You Betcha Radio podcast was brought to you by our friends at the Bev Buckle. Bev Buckle is a belt buckle that is the world's first retractable drink holder, and you can find them at bevbuckle.com. That's BEVBUCKLE.com. And you can get 15% off of your order by using promo code YouBetcha with no space. YOUBETCHA at bevbuckle.com using promo code YouBetcha for 15% off.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. Remember, you can find us on social media at OUBetcha, at OHH YouBetcha. Remember, stay tuned for the next t-shirt launch. From what I hear, it is the coldest launch that we've had so far.
It is the coldest launch to date.
You got a little,
and we've had some cold launches.
We've had some cold launches. You got a little feel for what You Betcha Palooza is going to look like. I am Ryan, the t-shirt guy.
And I am Miles, the You Betcha guy. May your bush light always be cold and your ranch always be runny. We are You Betcha Radio. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.